Hello, Fai Cheng here with a slightly tongue-in-cheek presentation called Blowing Up Pets, or Blowing It Up with Pets. The idea behind it, of course, is not to blow up your beloved pets, but to do something about your passion and your experience and your talents. So the idea is how to take your passion, experience and talents and then turn them into whatever suits you, a side hustle, an added income stream, a daily positive ROI cash flow asset, or of course a full-time income. And do it with the power of PLTs. These are pockets of the long tail on the internet. And in this presentation, I'm going to show you how to do this. So the whole reason behind this presentation is that basically I keep hearing so often, including from my wife, but, I have been out of work for so long, I don't have up-to-date skills, I don't have the certificate proving that I'm an expert, or it's outdated, I can't use it anymore, or I'm just too old and no one's going to hire me. And I've heard this first time when I was 43. You are clearly, out of the job market, and that's why I went self-employed. So, pet, passion, experience, talents, what can you do with these? And I want to give you a couple of examples. Now, just a little pre-warning. A lot of these examples will be on YouTube just because it's visual and nice to look at. That does not mean it is exclusively based on YouTube. This is just one way of illustrating it. So passion, here's an example. Here's a gentleman who has 857,000 subscribers. This particular video has 43,000 views. So that's basically 43,000 views of promoting his business. Well, here's his business. Well, actually his business is collecting toys for over 30 years, and now he has a collection of over 20,000 toys. That's clearly something that's passion-based, and he turns that into money by selling toys in his toy shop. That's it. Well, you might argue, I don't have a toy shop. I don't have a shop of any product. Not a problem. Here is Judy, who has knitting tips, and when you look at this rather home-baked video, it's very, very simple, and then all that happens in the video is you see her hands knitting and giving you tips. Now, she doesn't have a shop, so as a result, on her website, she uses a particular form of advertising. So Google puts ads on there and she gets paid for it. Okay. How about experience? If you don't have a passion as such and you're not into knitting or toys, well, experience. We all have experience, right? So here's one. Life as a mum, educator and homemaker. JD is basically reading to her kids, and she makes money by selling books. Well, you might argue I don't have books. Not a problem. Here's someone who does a very similar thing, gets great feedback on the marketplace, love it so much, great video, and they advertise basically, or do the same thing with Google ads on there. All right, another way of making money with your experience of basically teaching your children useful things. Now, quick breaks on it for a second here. What we've just seen is an example of someone who provides massive value out there, and a lot of people, I can guarantee, will want to go further. There are parents out there who would love to have the complete package. From the day my baby is born to preschool, of having toddler fun, experiential learning, teaching stuff, touching stuff, games, good night reading books. And they are not giving that. So that is providing a big disservice to that particular audience, people watching that video. Well, here's someone who does just that. They go out and say, well, look, here's me and I teach toddlers. And in a very respectful way, at the bottom he says, for those of you who ask how to get access to the full version, he's not pitching anything. It's just for those who are asking, well, here it is. And then you can buy all kinds of things. If you have experience, not just you're into kombucha making, but you actually have experience doing it, well, here's one guy who does it. 60,000 subscribers and 303,000 opportunities to get people to this thing down here. Namely affiliate links on Amazon and Patreon, where people go, I like your stuff so much, I'll give you monthly income. A small donation. So this particular guy makes very little, in quotes, only $291. But when you look at the average retirement statement you're getting from the state, that actually starts to look very, very good. Another example. Here is someone clipping a hedge. I kid you not. 619,000 subscribers from one avid gardener to another. 900,000 views, over 900,000 for how to clip a hedge, right? And someone says, wow, I could use a friend with your experience. People out there want help. They want someone who has the experience so they don't have to go out and figure it out themselves. Here's someone who's very good at talking, how to talk to anyone with ease and confidence. And guess what? You can buy a lot of stuff, right? There is all kinds of material you can buy, including learn lie detection. That attracted me, so I had a look here. Look at this here. 23,500 people enrolled in her course, which she is selling for, as you can see down there, $297. Well, here's a bit of mathematics for you. 23,500 times $297 equals $6,979,500. Not bad for doing something she's good at and then teaching someone. She's leveraging the internet. There are enough people out there who want to be lie detectors, to the tune of 23,500 of them, giving her a total of almost $7 million. You might be thinking, yeah, but isn't there a massive marketing, business building thing behind this? How did she get there? Well, here's an example. Athlean X, this guy, Jeff Cavalier, set up, is a physiotherapist. That's all he is, in quotes. And he does put out regular videos. He's been doing this for about 5 years. And as you can see, he's got 6.1 million subscribers, millions of views. And he is, and I know this for a fact, behind the scenes, he has an 8-figure business. The only platform he's using is YouTube. He doesn't do any advertising, nothing complicated, no affiliates. It's him and his videos, and it's an 8-figure business. What's even better, when you look at this, you might go, oh, it's all very manly, etc. My wife knows about this guy, right? Because look at the very bottom there. He's now branched out into different small pockets where he can help people. So although I might have clicked on this for having a better, whatever, chest or shoulders, my wife found out about him for lower back pain. Just a little side note here. On the previous slide, a couple of slides ago, I showed you this. And a lot of people will go, yeah, but she's making the 7 million because she's been on USA Today and CNN and Entrepreneur. This is one of the biggest false assumptions. Not most people, anyone who starts on YouTube, on any other platform where you can start building an audience, they don't start with a big CV of having been on CNN and CBS and Fast Company and Wall Street Journal. It's the other way around. And in the presentation we're doing later on this week, you will see exactly how to do that. Here's an example in case you're thinking, well, I don't speak English. My English is not my mother tongue. This guy is from Sweden and he's got, well, a mere 138,000 followers. But this particular video had 1.85 million views. All right. What's even better is he doesn't do any selling. I have the utmost respect for how you run Diet Doctor, Dr. Enfeld. Apologies if I mispronounced that. The fact that rejecting advertisement, not even your videos are monetized, is something that reveal an integrity. It's kind of odd here, but I copied it verbatim. An integrity rarely found in any business. So this guy appeals to an audience that is all about, don't shove advertising in my face. So I'm thinking, oh, interesting. How does he make money? Well, you go to his website and look at this here. 500,000 people have signed up for his challenge. So basically, he's got the email address of 500,000 very targeted people. And then I started looking, can I actually buy something? Well, you can't. Because that says here, the Diet Doctor website is completely free from ads, product sales, or industry sponsorship, and instead fully funded by the people via an optional membership. Now, isn't that beautiful? He appeals to a target audience who don't like being advertised to, marketed to, but they're more than happy to give him some money. Now, here's a bit of, mental maths. A lot of people want more. It's a fact in life. Some will just watch the video. That's a fact in life. And some will want more, like I said earlier with the education for your children. So if we just pretend that 1%, and that's a very small number, of those 500,000 want more, well, that's 5,000. And now look at this here, $9 per month for his super simple, hey, you can kind of sponsor this thing. That is 5,000 times $9 is $45,000 a month. And I've got 3 asterisks behind it because the industry norm for when you build a list is to have a revenue of roundabout, on average, $1 per month, per subscriber per month. And I know this from personal experience. I've been doing email marketing for over a decade now. That is the lower end. If you start taking care of your tribe of this list and treat them like real human beings and help them solve their problems, that number goes way, way, way up. And when you look at that, it's not $45,000 for Dr. Enfeld. It's more like, I reckon, $500,000. Alrighty. Let's say you have both passion and experience. Well, here's one of my passions, espresso. Okay, espresso, millions, hundreds of thousands and millions of views. Well, the question is, if there's so much information, how do you get money out of this? Well, by showing people by showing your expertise, showing people of how to actually do it, right? Share that experience of what it takes to make a great espresso. So here's one guy, 840,000 subscribers, 853,000 opportunities to get them to the link down below. And when you go down below, you sign up to their premium program, $49. Not everyone is, but you start to see 800,000 people have been exposed to their message. A small percentage will want more. They want the premium stuff. They sign up. So, you don't want your face on YouTube. I said that in the beginning. This is not about YouTube advertising. YouTube is one of many channels. You can take it. If you like video, but there's so many other ways. So here's an example. We're staying on YouTube, but you're not showing your face. Here's a company, watchmojo.com, and incidentally, company. Stop thinking about companies as this big corporate monster. There is someone like you, like me, who said, I tell you what, I'll create this company called watchmojo.com and we'll make money. And how they make money is basically they compile videos about tips, in this case top 10 survival skills, and they take clips from various movies, compile them into a video and have a voiceover. No face shown, just a voiceover. 18 million subscribers, 1.9 million viewers who are now exposed to the message, and the message is go to my blog and buy this kind of stuff. They don't even have that stuff in store. This is basically created on demand. Someone buys it, a dropship company creates it, sends it out, they make money. This one here, another hobby of mine. I have Japanese knives. I love Japanese knives. So I go and find out about sharpening my knife. 6.5 million views. Thank you very much. He doesn't even beat around the bush. Get your good afternoon merchandise here. Thank you very much. That's where you can give him money. Alrighty, let's pretend you have no passion. You have no experience, no expertise. I know that you have talent, right? And the talent is basically that is natural to you. You have things in you that are just basically part of you. They're natural strengths and weaknesses. So if you're good at connecting and being empathetic, showing empathy, there you go. That's my tongue breaker for the day. Well, here's an example for you. I read this on the plane. It was in the Times, and it was about doulas. I'm going, what the heck is a doula? It's someone who helps someone else in a stressful period of life. In this case, it's a wedding doula. And this wedding doula basically, well, for £250, which is about $330, it gives you a 1-hour video conference. Again, you can do this anywhere in the world, and you receive a personalized handbook to help you emotionally navigate the 6 months before your wedding. Well, if $250 isn't enough for you, or for £1,200, you can also have monthly consultations before your big day. That's once a month for 6 months, 1 hour per month. Not bad. And all you need to have is the talent of being able to listen and show empathy. Okay. How about if you're good at tech? Here's an example. This is a company. They have created the quick version of this. Drip is an email marketing platform, and it's very technical. Now, when you log on, you get some basic information on how to use it, but if you want more, you can find out from this particular person, by the W Freelancing team. And they sell a course on how to basically what should have been the handbook for this other company. And Drip, the email marketing company, simply says, well, we can't be bothered to write the manual. Please go over there to W Freelancing and buy the manual there. That's basically what they're saying. And you can do that to the tune of $997 for the advanced or for the big course, which is $2,000. You've got someone else who says, I can't be bothered to go through my own system and write the handbook. Please, can you do this for me? I will send you customers all day long. And they do this, in this case, thousands, and actually they've got 25,000 freelancers who've joined their courses and content. All right. So, like I said, do you have to be on YouTube? Absolutely not. This is just one channel. And there are so many different other ones. You can have a blog, you can have a podcast, you can go on Udemy, you can go on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn. You can go on Amazon. There are tons and tons of different channels of reaching your audience. The point is not that this is a particular tactic. YouTube is one tactic, right? What matters is the underlying strategy. And the strategy is this here, right? There's a point to this whole story. I've given you tons of examples, and you can go out and check this out for yourself on YouTube and any other platform. It's not about showing to you or proving that it is possible to create all these kinds of income streams in all kinds of weird and wonderful shapes and sizes. I mean, there are all kinds of different ways of doing this, because you've seen it. It does work. The point is this. It's to show you what the underlying principle, the strategy is, why this works. And so you can go out and model it. The underlying principle is this here. It's something called the long tail. The long tail is where basically you are no longer competing with the big guns. If we now go once again back to YouTube as the example, the big guns have millions and millions and millions of subscribers. So even Jeff Cavalier with Athlean X is actually a fairly small player in a very, very big pond that is YouTube, right? So do I want to go and compete with the absolute big players? Do I want to create the new iPhone and compete with Apple? No, I don't want to. But the long tail, that is where there is massive opportunity, because there is very little competition. And there is very little competition because people have choice. This is the big thing, the big shift, the biggest opportunity for you and me in our lifetimes. You can now reach pretty much anyone in the world. In the old days, it was basically, if you had to anything for sale, it'd be in your immediate neighborhood, or you'd have to jump in the car and drive, or send out lumpy mail. These days, you can reach pretty much anyone, anywhere in the world, but flip side is they can choose from anyone in the world. So if they go and say, well, I don't like the face on that espresso guru because he's got a beard, they will go to someone else. And that actually is a huge opportunity, because it is your pet, your passion, your experience, your talents, plus you. That is the package that makes a difference. That is the package that attracts an audience. So I'll give you one example here. Here at home, my wife, Fiona, used to work at Oxford University Press, OUP. For her, grammar is very important, getting apostrophes in the right place. Pronouncing the word that is related to empathy is very important to her. To me, well, not so important. Plus, I almost got fired from Siemens when I worked there as a researcher until about 2007. I used the word ain't in an email. My clients absolutely loved my content. They loved my white papers. They loved my emails because they were easy to understand, easy to digest. And yet, the word ain't almost killed my career. Two very different people, two very different audiences. People who read Fiona's stuff, it's brilliant. I love her writing, but I could never write that way. So people who love Fiona's style of writing, they go and see mine and go, sorry, it's not for me. And vice versa. When Fiona sees my emails I write, she goes, no, it needs to be rewritten. Alrighty. So the whole point of this long tail is you can basically position yourself almost anywhere. There are pockets in this long tail, absolutely everywhere. And the definition of this long tail, or one of the definitions, is that long tail sellers change the shape of demand from blockbusters or superstars, which is basically the dark red area, lots of competition, massive, massive successes, to selling large numbers of unique niche items. That's what I've shown you in all those examples. It's about unique niche items. It's about things that are so small that the big players in this world are not going after it. But you have that expertise, you have the passion, you have the talent to actually hone in on this and be yourself and show people that you can help them. So the key thing here is that's the underlying strategy, is that every single one of those examples basically stake their claim in a pocket, in a particular pocket in that long tail. There are literally untold riches in those pockets of the long tail, and that's why we got the whole PLT concept going here. It's about being a big fish in a small pond. You don't need to be a massive, massive fish. You don't need to build a massive, massive company. As long as you are the only fish in that small pocket, and that pocket is big enough, and these pockets are deep, deep, deep. As you saw from 6 million views on how to sharpen a knife. That's what we're talking about. There are countless ponds. I've given you an overview of pretty much my hobbies. That was only my hobbies I've shown you today. Those are the pockets I can think of. There are so many more. Alrighty. So today's reality, and that's kind of my wrap up here, is When you sell products and services, you'll make money. And the same goes for when you have a job, perhaps. And that's the whole premise of this thing here, that the job security is basically going down, and it's going down dramatically and quickly. However, when you create and serve audiences, you'll get rich. That's the big difference between making money and getting rich. And creating and serving audiences, that is basically PLT, picking that right pocket, the pocket in the long tail where you are the big fish. And that's basically what we're doing in our retirement replacement strategy. We're showing you that it's never about going out and trying to scratch your brain or your head and trying to pick the right pocket. Instead, we're showing the strategy of how to become the big fish in that pocket that is right for you. Alrighty, so there's a link down below where you can check out our presentation, which is all about replacing your retirement. Whether you want to do it as a side hustle, whether you want to do it as a full-time income, whether you want to do it as a passive income stream, the tactics are pretty much unlimited. What matters is the underlying fundamental strategy, and that's what we're covering in that presentation. Alrighty, so click on the link down below, and I hope to speak to you on the call. Cheers. Bye.